Hey guys, welcome back to another review. This review we're going to be going over a new game that is coming out April of 2021, so here in the next month. It is on Steam and it's free to play. The game is Century Age of Ashes. I got the pleasure of playing it in a closed beta this past weekend, and played about 10 hours and got a pretty decent feel for where the early access release is. And honestly, can't wait to play more of it. So I wanted to dive in, give you guys a little bit of information, give you some thoughts, and then maybe see you guys in the game. So right off the bat, there are 3 game modes, 2 of which that I played. One of them is Carnage, which is a 6v6, I guess, deathmatch style, where we're just pitted against each other, and we're battling it out for a time frame and a kill count. And then there's also the game mode that I prefer and played, which is Gates of Fire. It's a capture the flag, but it's also capture the flag with some sort of like possession aspect into it, where while you have the flag, you have to fly through gates of fire and claim control for your team. And that was a really enjoyable one because it had the objective. I really enjoyed that objective style of gameplay. The classes that are available, there's 3 that are available right now. I believe that there's a 4th one on the way. The 3 of them is the Wind Guard, which is kind of like the healer and disorienter. You have like a cloud gas that you can use. The Marauder, which is kind of just the brute. You can hit a lot of shots, take a lot of damage. And then the Phantom, which was my personal favorite. I probably played the Phantom the most. Stealth, speed, invisibility. Definitely great class for me personally, just because I liked being able to come in, fight, disappear, reassess the situation, come in, fight, disappear, reassess. You know, it made for great combat style for me, especially with the 6v6, where you could have, you know, 2 of one, 2 of the other, and 2 of the third. It definitely helped with the balance, and we actually found that when we were playing, it tended to be a pretty balanced situation, unless we were playing with all my friends where we all were Phantoms, which was a blast. Overall, the graphics are great for an early access game. It's also just great in general. It really shouldn't classify just as an early access game. The graphics are pretty well refined, and definitely enjoyable. Speaking of the graphic side, is the customization and cosmetics of the dragon and the dragon rider really hooked me. I'm a sucker for in-game purchases and in-game cosmetics. And, you know, if you look better, you win. Like, that's just like, you know, if you get better gun skins in CSGO, you play better. Same sort of concept. You couldn't buy anything for real money at the time in the closed beta. You could buy things with in-game earned currency. But I believe, based on what I saw in the store, that come release, you're going to be able to purchase these gems for real money through the Steam store. But you can customize your dragon all the way to the armor that it's wearing, to the type of dragon, to the color of the dragon. And then you can also customize the armor, as well as your color combinations of your character. Definitely, there's a lot of customizations that went into it, and it definitely pays off. It looks really great. If they had the option to buy cosmetics right this weekend, I would have bought them. I would have bought them, decked it out. Don't care. It looked so cool. It felt great. Honestly, the game has very few things that I really kind of complained about. The one that I complained about on stream while I was playing it was the dodge mechanic. The dodge mechanic, I feel, in this game needs a little bit more oomph. Just a little bit more oomph. In the sense that there are heat-seeking missiles in the game that you can't really dodge. You can kind of dodge them. It's a little difficult. You can't do any sort of like barrel roll or anything you'd see in like an aviation style game. Possibly by design. I'm not sure. I feel that you should be able to do a little bit quicker, tighter turns, especially as like the Phantom. And then there was also a couple places, I don't know if it was like a desync issue or something, where you'd be around a corner and somehow you'd still get hit. I feel like it could break off from chasing you and not really be so locked on. The other mechanic that I think that would go well with this whole dodging is the fact that you can blow fire when you're close. So when you're up close and fighting with other dragons, you can have your dragon blow fire and light the other dragons on fire. The problem is that I found is that your dragon's head kind of has like an aimbot. It felt in the sense of, or an aim assist, and it felt that if you were close enough and held down fire, you're gonna just hit. You're just gonna hit. You're gonna burn, and you can't really dodge. You can't really dodge it. It's really quite tough. And so when you're getting burned, I mean, unless you try to hit the brakes, go low or something, I mean, you're just gonna die. So I think that the real only tuning that needs to be done is better dodging mechanics, which is probably difficult. I'm not gonna knock them too much for that, especially for early access and the closed beta of that early access, and then possibly tightening up the controls. And by that I mean, I played on keyboard and mouse right away. I had the boost of sensitivity from my mouse right off the rip, and it still wasn't enough. I was still moving my arm all across the desk. I then swapped at the recommendation of one of my viewers. I swapped to a controller. Instantly, it was that much better. It instantly made it better and made it a much better experience. Overall, 100%. I'm pretty sure, based on development, it most likely was built more towards controllers. Not a bad thing at all, but it works well. I would just say that it needed to be slightly, just a little bit tighter on the control, and the DPI, I guess. That was really the only complaint. I do enjoy being able to swap back and forth between keyboard and mouse and controller, but I really kind of felt like I got stuck in controller. Like I said, not a huge deal, just something that I felt and pointed out after my 10 hours of playing. Overall thoughts: cosmetics are great, graphics are great, gameplay is chaotic and fun, keeps you going. I really preferred the OBJ version, and I know that there's a survival version that I haven't played, which is at 18 players divided into 3 teams of 6, and it's the last team standing. I would have loved to play that. Right off the rip, there looks to be a league, a ranked mode, and there's an MMR system. Huge, especially for me, because I like the competitive nature. I like being able to see where I stack up against it. Definitely look forward to see what the ranked gameplay is like. Like I said, overall, great graphics, especially for an early access. Gameplay, fun, chaotic, enjoyable, fast-paced. The classes are interesting. The 3 of them. There's a 4th one. I don't know what it is. It's currently locked away. I'm excited to see what that one is. The customization and cosmetics, fantastic. Yeah, really, honestly, the only slight issue is just the dodge mechanic for me. That's after playing it for about 10 hours and jumping into it. That's probably the only issue that I have so far. I didn't have any bugs. I didn't have my game crash. I didn't have anything that you kind of see with an early access game. I didn't have any of that. It felt pretty polished for an early access release. Once again, they had great job. It's free to play, comes out April 2021, so here in the next week or two. I don't have an actual date yet, not that I saw in the Steam store. I just saw April 2021. I can't wait to see you guys there. Have a good one. Peace.